amazing.
Oh, no, no, no. He's not done.
What? So in this video, we are going to be talking about what I think might be Flea's funkiest ever bass line.
I think maybe it's the funkiest bass line of all time.
And maybe you might have never heard it because it's hidden. It's like a hidden track. Do you know, like old school? Do you miss the hidden tracks? Remember old school albums?
Yes.
You'd listen to the album. Your friends would be like, hey, keep on listening. There's a hidden track at the end. Like, I don't think this happens anymore. Well, this is like a hidden secret bass line at the end of one of the Chili Peppers tracks. And the album was Blood Sugar Sex Magik, recorded in 1991. Rick Rubin, Rick, we love you, was producing it. And it was just, for me, one of the greatest Chili Peppers, maybe one of the greatest albums of all time. This track is called Funky Monks. Let's play them the standard part first. In fact, do you want to actually see Flea recording it in the studio? Do you want to see that?
Of course I want to see that.
Check this out. So this is Rick Rubin in the studio with the Chili Peppers. They'd hired a house out, and this is the actual track being recorded. That was Rick Rubin speaking right there.
And I love too how you just get this sense of the Chili Peppers in this time, 1991, where they're young and they're like trying to follow up Mother's Milk, I believe, and they're just encouraged to experiment. I mean, yes, they've come into the studio with some ideas, but Rick is like, hey, you want to just run that and see what happens? Oh, and the spontaneity of that created some of their best stuff ever.
This whole track is going long, it's great, like recommend obviously listening to the track, but then comes this bit, just check this out. So this is the end of the track.
Last chorus, big 5-string.
Completely different tonal center.
Yes, right. For Shanti.
Ah! Okay, let's break this bass line down.
Hey, we're gonna break down this riff for you in the rest of the video, but we also have a free PDF workbook that you can download that has the riff, all of the variations in tab and standard notation that you can download for free and look at for reference as we go through this riff together. Grab it. It's an incredible resource. The link is in the description. It's absolutely free.
So what's super unique about this bass line?
We're going from A, right?
Yeah.
This A minor tonality up to like a B. Either B major, B minor. The third is sort of up for grabs.
B-funk.
Yeah, B-funk.
B-funk.
Yeah. I mean, and the parts that are happening in the rhythm section, it's a beautiful groove. We have a super simple thing that Chad Smith is playing, just 1s and 3s on kicks, 2s and 4s, simple 8s on hats. For Shanti with that like bend double stop thing, it's just right with the snares on 2 and 4. And then Flea, you know, you'd think maybe would play something that starts on the root. So they're in B, you'd think it would be.
Exactly.
Right?
You know, 99.9% of bass players would have made that choice, right?
Yes.
It's in B. Okay, we're going to go to B, right?
Yeah, right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, and that
Right, that B.
1, 2
Yeah.
is the funk formula, right? That's like the bootsy
Yeah.
funk formula, where the funk is always on the 1. Well, not in this case.
He doesn't play the root until beat 3
Yes.
of the chord.
That's right.
Beat 3. So check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's where the root comes there. Like, what?
Yeah.
What? That is crazy to do that, right? And then even thinking about, okay, it's just so, so good. So what he's
really
doing there is he's actually starting on the 6th. And you guys, if you know, right, will know that the 6th of a chord is like, it's the funky note. You know, people talk about it a lot when you get into this stuff, right? The 6th is super funky. So Flea's starting on the 6th and he's hammering on to the flat 7 of the chord. and then walking up chromatically, ba-dee-ba, to the fifth of the chord, right? And then hitting that B, the root. And again. Oh, one more for fun. And check out the articulation there as well. It's super important. It's kind of like he's digging in.
Yeah, he really hits hard.
And those staccatos, it's not.
Yes. It really isn't.
You know. Right, take into consideration that Flea is a horn player, right? He's a trumpeter, so he comes from that background. Listen, like we were talking about this earlier,
yes.
And you were like, this is a horn line.
It's a horn line.
Right.
Whereas the bass could just be here. And the horn line could be...
You do that.
Yes.
Yeah, so good. Right, so let's break down the next bit. Play it from the beginning. Okay, so that bit there, so right, so it's just root to the top, down to that flat 7 again.
Yeah, and all on the 16th note syncopations, which makes it extra special funky. 1 E and 2 E. 1
Yeah, it's all on the ups, right?
The and the E.
So if you do right? If you like literally get your knee like this, get your hand, shout out to Danny Mo Morris that does this as well, right? And you go 1, 2, 3, 4, ba-ba-do-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah,
it's all,
yeah.
It's all on the ups, so it's super cool. So the first time round is a little bit different to the second time round. And there are variations, and we'll listen to this in a minute, but the main thing that you need to get down are the first 2 variations.
Yes.
Version 1, 2, 3, 4. So now let's check out the second phrase, because it's a little different, right?
Yeah.
Shall I count in?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. And then it ends the same with that on the top, right? So let's just play that so you can hear it.
Yeah.
And listen to the variations. Oh, that bit there. Gadoo, gadoo, gadoo. So
Yeah.
So you break down what you're doing there.
Okay, so we're playing. He's either playing the E's, the E, the F, and the F sharp here with a pull off. But I think I hear him, I think he's playing them. And the open D, or a ghost note, is the thing that you're shooting for. And really, it's not the target. So you're not playing, like that's not the sound of it. Yeah. It's more like that D is just a rhythm. If you're using the open D, right? It's just part of the rhythm of it.
Get the tab and notation, grab that PDF if you haven't already. You can click the link in the description and get it from there. Make sure you do that because it'll show all of these different variations. And there's some other bits coming up as well, so check this out. Widdly, widdly, widdly. What's that? Widdly, widdly, widdly.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, what is it?
And he is hammering that on, says.
Yeah. And do you think like 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 4?
I do 1, 2, 4.
Same. Yeah.
I think he'll do it just because it's like way down there as well, near the note. But bear in mind when he's doing that, right? He's never sacrificing a groove for fancy fill ever.
Right.
Like he's nailing this to the wall, absolutely all the way through, and everything is in addition to that. Just bear this in mind next time that you're playing, you know, at home or with a band or with friends, that you should never be sacrificing the rhythm and the groove and pocket for fancy stuff that you want to just shoehorn in there, okay? You need to be, you know, at one with the groove.
Yeah. Yes. And you know, the enemy of the groove is discomfort. I've said this before, so if you feel like this is uncomfortable, right? What's the best thing to do? Slow it down. Yes. Yeah, and an articulation like this, like that's hard for me to play. So what I would do, like I'm struggling with that, so I would play.
Ian's looping it round and round to give himself the chance to keep on, you know, play it over and over to get it into his fingers.
Oh, that's it.
But check it out, man. It's even more staccato than I'm playing. It's like really aggressive.
It's really good. Yes. All of this too is going to be in that PDF workbook.
Yeah.
But you see, like, this is so fun to do in real time on this video because you see our process. And how are we doing it? We're stopping it at one little note and singing the note and then wondering, do I have the note right? Do I have the note right? That's the process of learning music, and it's so exciting. That's transcription. Sometimes
100%.
diving in and using your ears, right, and singing the notes, like just to get this thing, that whatever we just learned, right?
That is freaking. That's why Flea has been so influential, you know, because he's like, that's genius going on there.
It's incredible.
Yeah. But like he's actually using a Music Man stingray on this. Flea, we love you.
And shout out to Jim, who just pointed out that super funky, super short note, right? And it's just that level of detail. It's so much fun to listen to music this way and discover those small things. It's just so exciting.
So obviously, like on this track, Flea's using a Music Man 5 Stingray. We've got the wall here, and he does actually use a wall on that album as well. And I think it nails the sound, but we've got a couple of different things going on here. Ian's got HX Stomp on the floor, which is a multi-effects unit, and you've got the GK, the Gallian-Kruger amp simulation going on in the HX Stomp, which is what, well, Flea didn't use that, but he used a Gallian-Kruger, right?
Yeah, I'm not actually sure if he used a GK on this record, but it's super compressed and definitely has some mic'd amp sound. And when I made the video breaking down Blood Sugar Sex Magik for SBL, I used this particular patch, which has this GK amp sim. But that's what I've been using so far, and you want me to turn it off, right?
Turn it off, yeah, turn it off, dude. And just, you have everything like as it was.
Okay, yep.
Not quite there, right? So like, let's put it on. Instant vibe.
Yeah.
And then also, do we pull this out on this?
Yeah, we did.
So there's like a secret switch on this wall. You guys that know will know. But if you turn around, Ian, if you just swing that round, it's this one here. So what we've got is, there's a filter. I'm not sure if people call it a filter or not, but I call it, it's like a wah-wah, inbuilt wah-wah on each of the pickups. And I can do this, check this out. Pull that out and go. And if I put it just on here, it gives that top end. Here it is off. On. That top end. Instant Flea tone. Dudes, it's been a blast. Dude, it's been a blast. Oh!
Do you know that you can't hum if you hold your nose?
Told you.